Thanks. Hi, everyone. My name is Erik Kay. This is Aaron Boodman, and we're really excited to be here for launching Chrome extensions into beta after a year of hard work. So 15 months ago, when Chrome was first launched, one of the first things we heard from our users was asking us about extensions. And in fact, it's the oldest open issue in our bug database, issue 18. So it got filed literally minutes after we launched, and was soon filled with 100 comments or more of people saying, yes, +1, me too. All the really helpful comments that that people really want this. So after it got a little bit out of hand, we locked down the bug for further comments and finally said, yes, okay, we're working on extensions.
Man, somebody commented in the time since we opened this up.
Uh-oh. Well, so today I'm glad to say that we're finally marking the bug fixed. So when we announced that we were starting it, we got a lot of sort of surprised reaction from people saying that not only don't you have extensions, but you haven't even started them yet. And the reason that reaction was there was because a lot of the pioneering work that Firefox and the Mozilla community have done to really make extensions be an expected feature for the browser. So it's now something that people demand and people want in browsers. However, the problem with extensions is that when you build them, they really depend on all the lowest level parts of the browser. So when we were developing Chrome, before we launched, lots of stuff was moving around. It was pretty chaotic and wasn't really a good place for us to start building extensions. It wasn't until we released that things got a little more stabilized, that we really had a solid foundation to start building on. So one of the interesting side effects of waiting the way we did was that we were open source and public from day one. What that means is that our very first design document about extensions was published on the internet directly. It was about a year ago, November. And since then, we've been continuing to publish updates and examples and sample code and get feedback from the community, which helped keep us on the right track. One of the other interesting side effects of this is that a lot of you in the audience probably got much earlier access to the code than you would have otherwise gotten. And in fact, the first extension that was written outside of Google was written literally hours after we checked in the code that enabled it. It's been really exciting to work this closely with the community, and we're really excited to keep working that way going forward. So when we started designing Chrome extensions, how did we start? We started with Chrome's design principles and said, how can we make extensions that fit into that? Well, first, they should be built on the open web. We worked hard to make them webby. This makes them fun and easy to develop. People can use their existing skills, and it grows with the web platform. We kept the UI streamlined. Chrome is all about wrapping powerful functionality in a streamlined user interface. We believe that a fast browser enables a richer set of applications than could be done before and keeps people more productive. And that's especially important today because we're all spending a lot more time in front of our browsers. Not only are we spending more time, but we're doing lots of things at the same time. We've got a lot of tabs and windows open. So it's important that the browser remains stable. You don't want it to crash and lose all your work, and so it's important that a single extension can't take down your browser. Further, today we're doing many more of our more sensitive activities online as well, whether it's just email or paying bills or doing your taxes. It's important that the browser stays secure. So an extension that's insecure shouldn't be able to compromise this core security of the browser itself. So what are extensions anyway? Extensions are just zip files that are collections of web pages and their associated resources, like images and CSS files. So if you remember one thing from today's presentation, this should be it. Extensions are just web pages, and a lot of really cool things fall out of this as a result. First, extensions are really easy to write. It's easy as writing a web page. If you're a web developer, you get to reuse all your existing skills and knowledge. You can use all of the powerful tools that you're used to using to develop web pages to build extensions. You can also take advantage of the largest developer community in the world for any platform. The web platform has more developers than any other platform. on top of that, with Chrome, you could take advantage of future-looking technologies, things that normally you wouldn't necessarily see as much of in the wild web. HTML5, workers, canvas, video, WebSockets, things from WebKit, CSS3, reflections and gradients. Lots of cool stuff that we take for granted on the Chrome team, but maybe you're not seeing on the wild web. And you get to depend on having lightning-fast JavaScript in your browser with V8.